Alright guys, so here's the deal. We started out with 320 players, had a bajillion drops, and essentially like 350 to 370 people were at one point involved with this tournament, and that just did not work out. So massive changes had to be made, massive cuts had to happen, and we're just down to 111 people. 60% of you guys got cut. New brackets are up. That's what I'm about to show you right now. New brackets are final. At this point, there is nothing I can do for it. I understand some of you guys had a completely inactive bracket, and thus you didn't get to play any matches. Some of you guys, I know that was the case, and I know you were active. Some of you guys, I have no idea you were active, and that was the case. And now you're just posting saying, oh, I just got my team ready. I needed blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, I didn't know that. One, I mean, it's also kind of too late. And two, with just the way the numbers have to work out, there came a point where I had to decide from 30 different names who to fill 4 slots with no bearing on who deserves them more, because none of those 30 players had a chance to play a match. So I had to fill some slots at random. So as you guys may remember from the video yesterday, God, is this just not focused or what? I don't know. It's not that big of a deal. As you guys may remember from yesterday, there were 14 names that automatically advanced. There was a little miscalculation on one of them, another accounting error, so to say, and a recent battle. So it added a 15th name, and that 15th name screwed up a lot of stuff as far as how the brackets go. So some of you guys, it forced some changes from what you saw yesterday to what the final results ends up being. Instead of having 14 names automatically advance and thus 50 slots needing to be filled for an even 25 brackets, that leaves 49 slots to be filled, which means that there's going to be 24 groups for 48 people to advance. The top 2 in every group are going to advance, and that leaves 1 slot left. 1 slot for somebody to go on via tiebreaker through the 24 groups. So that's just the way the numbers work out. There's a lot of people who there's no way for me to tell who can go on and who can't. I had to pick somebody. I had to cut it down to 96 because of that 24 groups instead of that 25, or because that one extra guy had to go on, and thus one group is lost. So a couple of people who saw their name on the last vid, like literally a couple, 2 or 3 people, had to get removed. If you see this, what these show right here is their YouTube name. On the plus side, all of these guys have played at least 1 match, so they should be active on the forums or the Zat. If they have a name in highlights, that means that's their name on the Zat itself, and their other name is their YouTube name, because they have it different for whatever reason. So there should not be a problem finding your opponent anymore. All the new brackets and everything are up on the forum itself, and obviously you guys are familiar with how to use it because you already have. All of you guys are people who have posted on there, and you know your results have been shown and made public and yada yada yada. You've been there. So everything from now on should go smooth. It should be exciting and fun. It should go fairly quick since all of you guys now officially know how it's going down. All the trial and error periods are gone, so everybody's active. There's 111 people left out of 320 plus, so you know everything from here on out should be going well. The top 2 from these groups are going to advance, along with plus 1 extra guy from tiebreaker, and then those 15 or these 15 names along with those groups are going to be put in elimination brackets, whether it's one big 64 group or I split it into 4 groups of 16. I haven't quite decided. I'll probably do 4 groups of 16 just because that makes it more interesting, I guess. I don't know. Makes it more even, so to say. With the group pairings, everything has started back to 0, regardless of how many points you may have had, or you know whatever stats or tiebreakers you had going up at the time. Everything's back to normal, as if it's a brand new start, as if this is the way the tournament was supposed to have started. So everything is fresh, everything is 0. I did my best to have the people with 2 wins not play anybody else who had multiple wins as well. Thus, you know, those who were in better shape don't have to play the theoretical better competition. So every group should be pretty equal. It was loosely ranked and put together in such a way. 90 to 95% chance that nobody has anybody from their previous group in it. There may be 1 or 2 groups that have a couple guys familiar. I don't know. With 300 names and not everything all in one list, it was kind of impossible to double check everything. So I can't guarantee that. If that is the case, sorry, too bad. At this point, there's nothing I can do about the groups, just the way that everything turned out. What else was there? As far as rules go, a lot of points were dished out and earned to people because of breakages of rules. So just double check everybody, even though all of you guys are the active ones who played your matches and should be aware of what's going on. It can still happen. So just double check everything. Double check your tiers, your items, count your points, etc. Stuff like that. In the event of rule break, there's not going to be any leniency anymore. Mr. Nice Guy has been kicked out the door, so if something happens, it's just going to be a forfeit for that match, and you've got to make a change to your team. I know I can't please everybody, but there's got to be a time when my foot gets put down and something results happen, as opposed to just finding a compromise in the middle. So make sure that you guys are up to date and double check on all of those, that you're comfortable enough that not only you know you don't break any, but if your opponent does, that you can know. If you see him breaking a rule mid-match, don't just disconnect and send me a PM, because if you're wrong, because 1, that makes everybody get into an argument fest. 2, if you're wrong, then everybody's in a bad position. So no matter what happens at that point, it's not going to be a good choice. So at least finish your match, even if you expect that he has broken a rule, just in case he hasn't if you're wrong. Because if you're wrong, then you're going to get the forfeit instead. So there's just nothing else I can do about that. Don't disconnect. At least run, so that both of you can still save the battle should it be needed. Although, you know, if you run and you end up being wrong, you're still going to get the running loss. So there's all that. You guys are obviously familiar with the forums and the ZAT, so I don't need to notify you guys on anything because all of you guys have been playing. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'll try and save some time this time and not drag it on for 15 minutes, not get occupied with the game going on, just to have some more exciting thing shown on in the background. So that is going to be, as far as this update I believe is going to go. I think that covers pretty much just about everything. And hopefully I'll have some more tournament vids from other people coming up in the very near future. And hi May, how are you doing? And that's pretty much it, guys. So sorry if you are not on there and you expected to be or wanted to be or something, but I've got to draw a line somewhere and just get this thing going underway with everybody else. There's 320 people, only 111 are here at this point, and it's essentially a brand new start. So thanks for watching, guys. Peace.